We're here at the Swedish National Board of Health and Welfare, and we're going to meet Mattias, Johanna, Sofia and Crystal. Hey!
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 I'm very glad that you would like to tell me and the participants in Clarity 2016 about your experiences from plain language in e-services. First of all, can you tell us about the writing workshops and your working process?
We had a lot of challenges in the project, and it started with the application. The time for getting an application processed were very long, and many of the application was not completed when they came to us. And the information on our website, it was a lots and lots of information in a very difficult language and hard to understand. And we had a target group that demanded very plain language, so we had to work very hard on that. We tried to find a way to work together because we were very many people that should work together. So we decided to try the idea of writing workshops. It was quite new for us, but it seems like a very effective and smart way to work to get this plain language for this target group, and to also have the target group in focus all the way.
What could a workshop look like?
We started with impact mapping to learn about our primary target audience, and then we used this to determine which content the visitors needed and what we could remove. And then for each web page we wrote an outline with goals and a draft, and then we also set tight deadlines for each profession. Once the planning was done, we started writing, and usually the four of us sat in the same room with one screen, and we looked at the same screen. We discussed what the visitors needed to know, and then we wrote everything together, discussing each phrase. And we didn't use the old texts, so we wrote everything from scratch. And we agreed on almost everything we wrote, actually. And we did the writing in 2-hour sessions, about three times a week. Everything was really slow at first, but it gets faster over time, so we have to be patient in the beginning.
What are the advantages of this way of working?
One of the biggest advantages was that we combined persons from different departments with different skills and knowledge, and each person contributed with what they do best and work on a daily basis. And this meant that when we had issues, we could solve them very quickly within the group, and instead of contacting each other or other departments on phone or email, we had the answers within the group, and that proved to be very effective.
Another advantage was the contacts that we brought with us to this group from our different departments. If there was something that needed to be decided or cleared on a higher level, we knew whom to contact. We also had knowledge about certain limitations that applied to our respective field of work, different guidelines that we had to follow. For example, the communication officers, they knew about publications on our web, how to write for our web, and we, the program officers, we for example know about which terms we have to use for certain professionals. And I think if we hadn't brought this knowledge and these guidelines with us, we might have broken some guidelines.
In our field, I think we have a tendency to want to inform our applicants of a lot of things. We want to inform them of all the legislation and the articles and the paragraphs and so on. And one thing that I learned from the communication officers was to shift focus from what we want to inform them of to what they actually need to know. And I think for me that was kind of an aha experience.
And I've learned a lot about the application process. I knew nothing about it before, and it has been helpful in other communication in other projects too.
What are the results from the project so far?
One of the goals of the project was that we would receive more complete applications and not have to ask for supplementary documentations in as many cases as before. Unfortunately, we have changed the application process during the project, so it is difficult to measure what the impacts have been. But the general feeling is that it is easier now to redirect applicants to relevant information on the website.
We can see different trends. The number of pages per visit has not changed with the new website, but we see indications that we now reach our target group better.
For example, we can see that the behavior on the visitors has changed a lot. They move more like in their profession. Before it was like they move back and forth very much, and now they're staying and going further down in the structure. So that's a very good thing. And also we can see that the bounce rate has decreased a lot. That means that the visitors engage more with the site and maybe download some documents or go further down, or that's something we're very, very happy to see.